Hey everyone, it's Pixelade here, and welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna try to film this video again. I started filming this video before, and some little girl was outside of my window screaming. So we are trying this again. Welcome back to the channel. I am here with another Paralives Q&A update video. In the last video, I went through many of Roxanne's tweets discussing the development progress of Paralives, a brand new life simulation game arriving within the next couple of years, I'd say. In other previous videos, I've also discussed tweets from the head developer, Alex, and today I am discussing the most recent tweets from Roxanne, tweeted within the last 24 hours of me filming this video. And I have some tweets, actually pretty much every single important tweet from another developer on the team. I am not exactly sure how their name is pronounced. I hope I'm not wrong. I don't think their name is pronounced Leah. I'm pretty sure it has the French pronunciation, which is Leia. If I'm wrong, correct me below. And if I am wrong, I apologize for basically going through the entire video saying it incorrectly. Of course, I have the disclaimer for you ready in this video as well. Not every single tweet discussed in this video is a feature that is confirmed or denied coming to the game. Most of these are just topics of discussion and have the potential of being included in the game. Alright guys, so we are kicking things off with a tweet from Ollie. A tweet, Roxanne, will group photographs be possible? Roxanne replies, I don't see why not. Not really official confirmation, but definitely a nod towards it. So hopefully we see it in the base game. Elizabeth tweets, Roxanne, are the toddlers going to have beds or cribs, or are we going to have both? Roxanne replies, we've yet to think about it. Now I'm wondering whether they'd work much differently from one another, beside having different models and tots not being able to exit cribs on their own. This is a really good question. If you have a Twitter account, definitely weigh in on this. There is also a Paralives Discord server that you guys can join. They have like a little thread where you can basically input your suggestions on what type of game features you want to see. I honestly don't even want to have to choose between cribs and beds for toddlers. It would be pretty cool if they had both. Maybe they start out in cribs and then eventually graduate to beds. Would you guys like to see that, or would you just prefer one or the other so that the development is a little bit easier on the team and it doesn't take as much time? It seems as though this is a topic still up in the air, so your thoughts and opinions can definitely influence what comes to the game in the end. I'll have a link to the Discord server pinned at the top of the comment section below. Please join it. I don't always post in there, but I am lurking, and I know the developers are always watching, looking to add new features that you guys request. Auburn on Twitter tweets, Roxanne, question about a gameplay mechanic. Will there be unrequited love / unequal friendships? Not all relationships are even, and it always bugged me in the game that shall not be mentioned, wink face. Roxanne replies, I agree that it's important and definitely the kind of mechanic I'd personally like to include. Another nod towards a potential game feature. In The Sims, it's the same exact relationship on both sides. One could feel very romantic towards the other, and the other's just like, dude, I don't like you like that. Roxanne's response really isn't any indication on whether the feature is coming to the game or not, but I agree that it's very important and something I hope to see more of you guys requesting in the Paralives Discord. Of course, the more people that are interested in this and request it, the more likely it is to appear in the game. Okay, I really wasn't expecting all of these questions to be this deep. These are definitely some of the most detailed questions that I've showcased thus far in these kinds of videos, but I'm happy that they're being asked. Lana on Twitter tweets, Roxanne, I have a question about Paralives and what language the parafolk will be speaking. Would it be possible to include accents? Roxanne replies, they'll speak gibberish. For now, our plan is to go for something similar to Animal Crossing's Animalese. Carolani adds to the conversation, have you guys planned to have conversation text like in Animal Crossing, or just emoticons or something? Thank you guys for all the hard work you do and hope you're all staying safe and healthy right now. Roxanne replies, thank you. So far, we're not planning on having dialogue text. I imagine it would get repetitive very quickly, and I do agree. So we have covered in a previous video the fact that they will speak gibberish. That is not news. That's been stated multiple times by all three developers, but this is the first time I'm seeing anything more detailed than that, especially with Roxanne referring to Animal Crossing's Animalese. I think that's really cute, and I'd love to see that. I'm gonna include a little clip of what that sounds like. Dialogue text would be something I'd like to see, but that itself would take a long time to put in the game because then you have to think that that would have to be translated into many other languages other than English. The Duke of Rockford tweets Roxanne, I took some more look at Maggie's loft video and I have some concern. I didn't see any power outlets, light switches, and floor vents. These are tiny details which can be easily overlooked, but it may have missed them if they are in there. In some of the earliest videos for Paralives, vents were clearly visible on the floor. Has that been removed or is that still available? Really good question. I do remember noticing that. I think it was one of the videos with the table and like the tablecloth coming down. You could see a vent in the corner, and then there was another video clip or picture that I remember seeing them in as well. Roxanne replies, we didn't place any this time. They'll still be available in game. Duke responds, great to hear that. I did mention seeing vents in earlier videos and screenshots, but I didn't see any instances of light switches or outlets. Yeah, those I definitely don't remember. Are these also planned for inclusion? I imagine these will be strictly decorations, non-functional gameplay wise. Roxanne responds, I would like for that kind of stuff to be included. Small structural details like that can add a lot to a build in my opinion. However, we're too early in development to have the full list of furniture and deco items. I think that when all is said and done, we will see those things. No, I don't expect them to be functional, but just imagine if they were. Your parafolk is leaving the room and you see them hit the light switch on the way out, and then the lights go off in that room unless there's another parafolk in there or a cat or a dog. Then of course they don't hit that light switch, and the same thing happens when they enter a room. That would just be so cool. I know that that's just an idea in my mind, and we probably will never see that in any sort of life simulation game because it's too detailed, but that'd be pretty awesome. Forrest Ferrugian tweets Roxanne, hello, sorry if this question has been asked before, but I was wondering if you could like change the baby's eyes, face shape, eye color, etc., and also choose different hairstyles and clothing for them, if that makes sense. Roxanne replies, most likely yes. I don't see why babies shouldn't already have their real skin and eye colors. I don't know if Roxanne is referring to that part of the question about changing some of the features that they're born with, for example, the eye color, hair color, stuff like that. But for outfits and hair style, I hope that can be customized. That's something we currently don't have in The Sims 4. You can do that with toddlers, but when it comes to babies, they're kind of stuck looking the way that they look unless you have mods. I think it would be absolutely adorable to be able to change your newborn baby's outfits, their hairstyle, and I know most newborn babies don't really have much of a hairstyle, but choosing if they have a little bit of peach fuzz or if they're completely bald would be pretty cute as well. And of course, people do put clothes on their newborn babies. What do you guys think of that idea? Kelvin on Twitter tweets Paralives, Roxanne, and Alex, hey, I have a quick question. Have you thought about having a system where you must go to stores to purchase clothing and groceries? This feature was something that I missed in the Sims franchise. This question has been brought up a lot and I have included it in a previous video, but now we have another tweet on it and a little bit more information. Roxanne replies, it's come up a lot actually. It is indeed something we are considering. They were considering it in the past, probably I would say 2 to 3 months ago, and are still considering it now. I know they are much farther along into development than they were earlier, so the fact that it's still a topic of conversation and that they're still considering it, I think it will end up in the game. There is a tweet later on in this video that I am going to talk about, and it does refer to this, and it could give us hope for a lot of awesome features, even if we don't see them in the base game at launch. Dominic on Twitter responds to Leia's tweet. I absolutely love the visuals, but are you planning to add more textures to wooden and metal objects like shiny metal stairs and gnarled surfaces on bookcases? Or are you going to go with more simplified style of surfaces? Leia responds, we are trying to go with simplified textures for now, but the style of the game can evolve with time. After all, we are very early in development, which is true. We've already seen how much the game has progressed and evolved since the beginning. I'm gonna put a screenshot of that right now. The textures, the lighting, it wasn't bad, but it raised a lot of questions. Many players weren't really interested in that type of cartoony look. And flipping to how things look now, the shading, the details, the lighting, it looks worlds better. So the game's evolved quite a bit. But as Leia states, simplified textures are definitely the way to go. I feel like the more detailed they make this game, the more limitations it's going to put on players that have lower end PCs, especially laptops. Pledum Software on Twitter tweets Leia, what engine are you using for Paralives? Will you provide an SDK for modders and or content creators? Leia responds, hi, we are using Unity. This has been confirmed earlier, by by the way, but figured I'd bring this up again. Alex is working on tools in-game for modders. For the custom content, people would be able to add them thanks to the Steam Workshop. The Steam Workshop makes custom content a breeze. Please believe me when I tell you. One of my favorite games at the moment is Train Simulator. Yeah, weird, right? I've always been obsessed with trains. When I want to download a mod for that game, I basically go into the Steam Workshop. It's a client built inside of Steam. I can search up mods, and all I have to do is just click subscribe next to it. So if I see 4 mods that I like, I click subscribe for all of them. That quickly, it's done. I close out of that window, open my game, it downloads them, it installs them and everything for me. I don't have to download files and find specific folders and make sure everything's updated and compatible. Literally, the program does everything for me. All you have to do is press one button and it's in your game. The fact that modding is going to be this easy for this game is just a dream. And just adding to the fact that this game will be playable on lower end machines, and now that modding is going to be easier than ever before, Paralives is definitely going to turn out being more successful than we think. And most of us think it's going to be pretty successful. Okay, this next tweet is important. Very important. I smiled pretty big when I saw it. Smoothie on Twitter tweets, Leia, please tell me decades packs will be considered for the future. Leia responds, I can't confirm it will be in-game, but I can tell you something. For now, we are not looking into packs, which are paid packs, like expansion packs, game packs, stuff packs, basically paid DLC that you put money into and you can download content, but more into free updates to add content to the game. This isn't directly confirming that there won't be expansion packs, period. There probably will be some, there could be some, but the focus is going into free updates. We're gonna get more free updates than anything for this game. So many of the requests that you guys are putting in, even if we don't see those features right away in the base game, we're probably gonna eventually see them in another free update, and you most likely won't even have to pay for them. Like, that just makes it even better. I know seasons are confirmed for the base game, I know pets are confirmed for the base game, but let's say a decades pack, for example, or a generations kind of pack. Even if those things aren't included in the base game, it's something we can possibly see in the future at no additional cost. I'm not gonna sit here and say that's how it's going to be, but that's how it's looking at this time, and I really hope that they stick with this because that's gonna make players so happy, and because of that, more people are gonna run to Steam and buy this game. Julio on Twitter tweets, hi Leia, could you tell us if the roller skates will be functional? Leia responds, for now it's only a decorative object, but parakids, oh I love that, parakids, zooming around could be so much fun. For now, I can't confirm that it's going to be functional, sorry. And even that could be something that's made functional in a future free update. Edamar on Twitter tweets, Leia, if I create a person with blonde hair and then change it to brown once on the neighborhood, their children will have the blonde or the brown hair? Leia responds, parafolk could be able to dye their hair, that way your para will have brown dyed hair, but their kids will be blonde, I guess? Not confirming anything here. We are not at this stage of development. Yeah, it's gonna be a while until they get to that point, but I hope that hair dyeing is definitely something that's thought about. Definitely a minor complaint I have with the Sims series. If you dye your female Sims' hair, for example, dyeing it from brown to like a fun color, pink or blue, then that can reflect the natural hair color of their offspring. I don't like that. It would be cute if they could go up to a sink, interact with it, and dye their hair. Their hair color changes, but it doesn't really appear in game as their actual hair color. It's just kind of like a color that goes over it. So it doesn't affect their genes or anything if they happen to have offspring. I hope that's how it ends up working in the game if it's added. Christopher Wilson on Twitter tweets, Alex, Roxanne, and Leia, will we be able to customize the penis/vagina area of the parafolks? Okay, interesting question. Leia responds, no. The game is PEGI 13, which also means it's rated PG-13. So no, it's probably gonna end up being like The Sims, where the genital area basically doesn't exist. And I'm okay with that. If you're a player that prefers that type of thing, maybe there'll be like some sort of Wicked Whims mod for the game or something, but modding is a completely separate thing from how the game is shipped. And I hope that they focus their efforts elsewhere. Aid on Twitter tweets, Alex, Leia, Paralives, and Roxanne, will you be adding non-binary parafolk? And how would transgender parafolk work if you add them? Like, would you have to create them when customizing, or would they have to transition in game? A very good question. Leia responds, non-binary parafolks are confirmed. We don't know yet if they could have in-game transition. For now, it's in the Paramaker. Very happy non-binary is confirmed. Very, very happy that is. The more representation, the better. And I know there's gonna be a couple people that try to drag me for that. And you know what? It's 2020. More groups of people need to be recognized in game, especially minorities. I would love to see this type of thing, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Kelsey Griffith on Twitter tweets Leia, "I'm scared if we share too many ideas, the game won't ever get finished." I was just thinking this the other day. Oh my God. Leia responds, "Don't worry, we are choosing wisely and not everything will be in the base game. Free updates will complete the game." Going back to that tweet that I put in earlier. Free updates, guys, free updates. And I already know we're going to get many of them. So if the feature you requested isn't in the base game, do not fret. It will probably come eventually. And if it doesn't, a modder will probably make it. But nonetheless, the game's gonna be good, guys, period. Teresa on Twitter tweets, "Leia, Roxanne, and Alex, will we be able to preset things like stepmom, cousin, or girlfriend once you're creating your parafolk? And what did it be called? Will be something like Cap? Create a parafolk? Good luck and hope to see news soon." We don't know yet how we're going to deal with family trees, but it could be something preset during the creation of your parafolks. Maybe something to link them to other paras already existing in game. That would be an interesting idea. Yes, create a para is confirmed, of course, but with a name chosen by the patrons. Wheelie on Twitter tweets Alex, "Are we getting pre-made lots like TS4, or are we gonna have to build our own to fill the world?" Alex responds, "There will be pre-made lots as well as empty lots." Kinda curious as to who's gonna be designing the homes. It's probably gonna be the developers, but it would also be really cool if they let the community be a part of that and gave like beta access to many community members or YouTube influencers or builders to help create stuff. That would be pretty cool. But I know that whatever they do, whether they create the townies and the houses with just the developers or they have the community help contribute, I know it's still gonna turn out better than how the houses and townies turn out in The Sims 4, because the last couple of packs, dear God, the builds have just been atrocious. Lil Simsy has been saving those builds, let's just be honest here. All right, guys, on to some of the last questions. Sage on Twitter tweets Alex, "Will the car mode be like Grand Theft Auto, where you can drive it yourself and change the view, or do you just click on the car and go?" I'm assuming they mean first person when they refer to GTA, because I think in GTA 5 there's a first person mode when you're driving and you can actually directly control the car. I definitely don't see something like that happening. But Alex responds, "You won't be able to drive them directly, sorry, you just make your characters enter the car, then click where you want the car to go," which is to be expected. I wouldn't expect them to make driving any more detailed than it is in a Sims game, to be honest. And if we did have to directly control the car, that would just be too much, especially if you have like 5 or more parafolk in the house that you have to tend to. Each time one of them goes out to work or out to a store or travels and you have to drive each car yourself in first person, I feel like that would just get to be too much. That's just my opinion though. System on Twitter tweets Alex, "Will the game have a floor limit? In my opinion, one of the worst things that everyone hates in The Sims is the level limit. I'm so excited by the launch of this game. I'll be the first one to buy it." Alex responds, "There will be a floor limit for performance reasons, but it should be possible to increase it easily with the mod." I don't know if this was mentioned before. This is one of those tweets that I was pulling from Alex's Twitter account that is a little bit older than the rest. I was a little behind with some of his tweets, so I wanted to pull some more important ones that I missed, and this was one of them. I don't know if he's mentioned the exact floor limit. If you guys know, please let me know down in the comment section below, but it's probably gonna be similar to what the floor limit is in The Sims 4. Oh, okay guys, so that's actually the last tweet. I thought there was one more. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna end this now because this is very long. Share your thoughts and opinions on the topics discussed in this video down in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I have entertained you for the last, what, 20, 25, 30 minutes? I don't know how long this is gonna end up being after I edit it. I hope I made you laugh at some point because I'm just crazy tonight. But I know some of you prefer that over my dead personality when I film right after I wake up. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe, ding the bell, all that fun stuff. I have merch out, guys, and 100% of merch revenue is going to be donated in response to COVID-19. I am more than happy to do that. I'm going to also be pledging a separate amount next week. Click the card at the top right of the screen, the little tiny eye with the circle around it, to purchase merch. So you can cop yourselves a cute lemonade stand hoodie, hat, cup, mug, whatever. And all of that money will be going to helping the frontline workers with essential medical equipment like gloves, masks, and protective wear. I love each and every one of you. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Please continue to social distance. By the time this is going up, it's probably gonna be after Easter, but I hope you are not in massive gatherings. We have to try to flatten the curve as much as possible. All right, I'm ending this thing before it gets too long. So long, everyone.